Hey, let's talk about the two things that you need to be able to use TBT Pedal Controller Plugins. The first thing you'll need is a copy of Ableton Live 10 or higher. These are Max for Live plugins, so you'll need the standard version with the Max for Live add-on or the Suite version. If you didn't already know, Max for Live opens up a ton of possibilities within Ableton and gives you access to a bunch of awesome devices. Check out the Max for Live section of the Packs tab on Ableton.com or maxforlive.com to see all the cool devices out there. Okay, the second thing you need is a way to get MIDI information from your Ableton computer to the pedal or pedal board you're trying to control. Let me show you how I'm doing that with my pedal board. I'm using a Morningstar Engineering MC6 MIDI controller that is wired via USB to my computer. However, any interface that works with Ableton, perhaps the audio interface you already own, as long as it has a physical MIDI output, it should be able to do what you need. Okay, that's one half of the connection. Let's talk about the other half. You'll need to run a MIDI cable from the MIDI output of your interface to the MIDI input of the pedal you want to control. If you're controlling more than one pedal, you will need to daisy chain them using the MIDI output of the first pedal to connect to the MIDI input of the second pedal. On my board, I use the MIDI Solutions Quadra Through box that takes the output of my MIDI controller and splits it into 4 outputs that go to each pedal on my board. After you have your pedal or pedals wired up, you'll need to make sure they are set to the MIDI channel that you desire. If you're using multiple pedals, they need to be on separate MIDI channels from each other, and ideally you want them on the lowest MIDI channel possible. Some pedals, like the Strymons, also have a few other settings to configure. Please see the product page for more detail on how to correctly configure your pedal. On my board, I left MIDI channel 1 for the MC6, the preamps configured to MIDI channel 2, which is the default, then the Mobius on channel 3, the Timeline on channel 4, and the Big Sky on channel 5. If you need more help with MIDI, Morningstar Engineering has made some great tutorials. Go on YouTube and search Morningstar Engineering MIDI 101 to get started. If you decide to pick up these devices, be sure to check out the next video on installation and best practices so you can use them to their fullest potential.